All right. Good morning. Today is May 28th, Monday, May 28th, 6:30 in Japan. I don't know what time it is where Takai-san is. 5:30?
No, 4:30.
4:30?
Yeah. No, 5:30.
No, 5.
Ah,
5:30.
No, 5.
yeah. Where are you in today? Ho Chi Minh?
2.5.
Ho Chi Minh?
Right.
Oh, 2.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in Myanmar then?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, Myanmar.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Myanmar is one of the only few countries that has a half an hour, right? Right. Yeah, I have struggling with that a lot with the software. when I made software for Myanmar, we had this problem that about with the time difference. The gap was sort of mendokusai. We had to change the software a bit.
But
Yeah,
it's amazing. Myanmar, I think I thought a little bit should have difficulty for connecting internet, but you don't have any problem, right?
Yeah, it's still okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Yangon.
Yangon.
Mm-hmm.
Only Yangon.
Yeah, exactly. Because we couldn't get internet if our life depended on it in the countryside. That was a very, very big problem. But anyway, whenever you're going to do a project in Myanmar, don't believe what they're saying about the infrastructure or anything that they are supposed to deliver. It's not true.
Yeah, with RFP surface, not the real estate. Even if it's open and a government called the tender.
Right.
But most of the time they haven't been prepared.
Right. Exactly. So we tendered for we won a tender for a project in Myanmar, but completely unprepared. They didn't have the infrastructure ready. They all their drawings were wrong. It was terrible.
Exactly.
Yeah. The biggest problem is that once these tender documents have been written, everything is set in stone. So if you want to actually basically sign off on a project, you need to deliver according to specifications, and that means that you need to solve the problem with your hands tied to your back. That's a big. But you're not in a project stage yet, which is a pity, but maybe also not such a pity after all.
But I think I don't know that I have not met with top executive of Myanmar government officials, but usually those developing country or underdeveloped country top people is educated overseas, especially Myanmar, maybe
UK.
UK, okay, and they heavy knowledge and very smart, so very tough to negotiate with those people. They know the European, developed countries situation, and so they try to compare Europe and Japanese, technology and so forth. So, and they know the current situation, so better than people developing company and developing and promoting company people. So very tough to negotiate with those people.
Yeah, problem is, where the top executive is educated overseas, then they have a sense of doing the government management and the company management. The problem is they are not well supported by the other officers in the government and some senior manager in the company. So the talent is so limited. So few top layer of the people is well educated, and so yeah, they have talent. But the problem is just only the top executive alone cannot make things for it.
I think, okay, this is our experience for Vietnam. Hearings about Vietnam government attitude. And those people meet with Takahashi, for example, and just on the beginning, initial stage, very difficult to Japanese people coming to underdeveloped countries to negotiate with this project and at the initial stage. But Myanmar government official top people at the first stage they come up here to negotiate with overseas developers. But usually overseas developers top people never come at the first stage, right? So government top people going straight forward to talk with like a kind of Takahashi people. Many people cannot catch up with his request and recommendation and offer. So then moving to next stage and almost concrete image or project were going to be prepared. At that time, top people disappear and middle people coming in. Then a Japanese company top people get in, but it's supposed to be too late. So this is the kind of Japanese problem. Okay, this European style is top people make decision making, and they are going to take responsibility. They are going to heavily involved at the initial stage, but then after that, he just throw the ball to more follower people, right? So this is the problem. So I think, like you and working at local government, it's very difficult. You need to doing business with top people and middle class, lower class. So every kind of people you need to talk with those, and those local officials they don't understand truly top people true intention, because a good example language. Okay, top people can speak English very fluently, but the remaining people they very difficult to understand what they're talking about, right? So this is the current underdeveloped countries issue problem.
Yeah, that is what is going on in the company I know. The company I know too well. The president the president of the company said it's not the time. There is not anything to do with him coming to overseas at this moment, at this phase. But that is exactly when the top management should do some negotiation and initial like arrangement with the counterpart of top executive.
Exactly.
Then I have already met with the Ministry of the Yangon Regional Government in charge of this project last time. So yeah, that's the situation.
Exactly.
Then she's educated. She can speak Japanese. She can speak English very well.
Yeah.
And she understood what's going on.
Oh, she?
Yes, she. The minister she. Maybe 50 something.
Really?
50 something, but she's educated, fluent English, and knowledgeable of managing this payment system in the transportation.
Oh, okay.
So she was writing down his the plan. This is first phase, second phase, and third phase. Then technical requirement is this one. So she, by herself, she can write down everything on the paper.
So yeah, she studied UK and some Cambridge, some other university, and get the master degree. And she favor for European people rather than Japanese. Why she's going to meet with like a Japanese like a Takahashi, because he expects some ODA. Oh, got money, but never follow on Japanese, recommendation. So that's very difficult, tough to negotiate with those, underdeveloped country top executive, top officials, because they know better than us, So, but for Takashi, it's very good experience, very good experience for your future. This is we usually Japanese people cannot catch up with those people's opinion. They do not understand. They neglect their opinion. Japanese people pushing them. You should this. You should do this. The Japanese people are so arrogant, so confident. But no, 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 no. You should not have so kind of confidence, because why I didn't know that. I met with top executive, top senior officials of Bangladesh, like that when I went there 2 years ago. They are very knowledgeable people, very so smart, unbelievable. Whenever I discuss with him, he knows everything. But following people, I going to meet with those people. I couldn't understand what they are talking. English is very difficult for me to understand. But top people educated British, they're very fluent English speaking and very knowledgeable. So usually Japanese people, counterpart Japanese people cannot catch up with those people's opinion. But Takashi is very exceptional. So I mean, it means that he is very good opportunity for your future, because he has experience for kind of top executive, top government officers. Usually Japanese people.
Yeah, personally, for me is I'm feeling I'm doing in a good situation. That, as Lunason mentioned, as I asked some top management to share the information, and if possible to come over to the country to see and to have some talk with the local executives. Then what has been said is it's not the time. So it's too early for them. They're saying it's too early for us to come into the companies or persons. So nothing to do. It's still there is nothing to do. But that is, as Zuno-san exactly mentioned, that is a time when the top management of the Japanese coming to the country to shake hand and to share the idea with top executive in the counterpart.
But it's also a big trap. Actually, it's a very big trap, because if you enter a project not having discussed with the local counterpart, you are not aware of the fact that there is this big gap between top management and the people on the ground. That the situation, as has been described by top management, is completely different. And therefore, all the plans that you have made, all the agreements that you have made, are based on on a completely different reality than what you have made believe the reality is.
Yeah. So I know the one successful case in Vietnam, the company T. We've just been struggling financially in Japan, but still the department is doing good overseas. Then they successfully launched the service, which was localized with the working team, with the local company and Japanese team. So what they did is firstly, the top management of the both company make agreement and share the concept and kick off the project. Then after that, the working team has been involved from both sides. Then again after that, maybe quarterly or bi-yearly, there has been top management meeting taking place to fill the gap which has been made in the working group. So the these top managements are understanding that if they put the project on the ground of the joint team from the different companies, there must be some gap.
Mm.
So it's not, it cannot help avoiding this the gap in the joint project. So
you mean top management, Japanese top management?
Japanese top management and local top management.
Oh, I see.
So they having meeting, having the meeting. Every time of quarter or half a year. So they adjust to adjust some gap made in the joint project team.
Mm.
So they continue to follow this rule. The working team and top management, like a steering committee. The discussion is back and forth. Then finally they succeeded to launch the service in.
But how do you going to solve it?
Solve it. It's
financial, for example, extra budget.
Yeah. Do you know that recently some country they abandoned the building nuclear power plant because of budget is supposed to be doubling up. Which country it was recently? Big news I heard from overseas. Because construction nuclear power plant is tried to build in by Japanese company or something. I can't remember. So finally,
Mitsubishi.
Finally, they cannot make a compromise between both countries' top executive.
I don't know. This is Vietnam, and this is software service. And also the company and a company, Japanese company and Vietnamese company. They're both the huge companies, and
I mean, you try to speak
some
out.
issues.
Similar case.
Similar case,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
similar case, but not with the government. In two companies from Vietnam and
Oh,
Japan.
I see. Okay.
Then they tried to they started with some trial project to see how this cooperation or alliance will go on.
Mm.
Then the one rule they made is, okay, let's say quarterly, the top management they must meet in the meeting to arrange or to improve some issues happen in the working team.
Mm.
So yeah, it might be budget issue, it might be communication issues, it might be technical issues.
Mm.
So it's been solved in the top management meetings.
Mm.
So of course it's natural. The managing the company always the low level is making a report to a higher level. Then higher level will decide which direction we will take. But yeah, it's not natural in overseas project. It's seldom that top managements from the both sides are given the chance to exchange after the project will be kicked off.
Mm.
Right. Let me guess, JICA was not involved in this project?
No, it's private.
Oh, Takashi, I just same experience even in Japan. Even in Japan, so overseas is more difficult to kind of negotiate with those people. Even in Japan, I happen many cases.
So it's like usually the joint project is divided into the company A and company B. So the working level of the company A, they must report, make a report to the top management, the management in the company A. And the same is happening in the company B. But both working level and top level of company A and company B, basically is not in a good communication. So by this time, maybe working group of company A and B will make a report to the top management team of company A and company B. So the communication is between working level and management level. So it's not being divided company A and company B.
Oh, it's kind of sort of things is always happening everywhere. always happening everywhere. I think for Japanese people, especially for overseas like Myanmar, the most difficulty is language. They can speak English fluently, and they know what's going on, how to negotiate people. And Japanese people cannot do that, not like you. So this is the problem. So I think working developing country with those people is very good experience for us. But not many people can have opportunity to doing kind of work in Asia Pacific, right? Well, even in Singapore, this advanced country, same thing happened. Right? They are top people, very heavy experience. But local Singaporean, their English is very unique, specific, not like us. So Malaysian the same. But top people, they're fluent speaking British, fluent speaking American English. So it means that those people are different people. Indonesian the same. Asian all countries the same. Philippines the same. If you go to meet with local Filipino, you don't understand what they are talking about. But you can't meet with top people, they are better than you. Right? So they know that very many people overseas, European American people, the presidents and so forth, they are very familiar with what kind of work they prefer, they try to do it. But Japanese, they will not. So this is our problem. We don't know overseas people what they are doing, especially Westerners, right? That's the reason I just have a school like this. I got information from Ed Twitter, so she knows what European people doing, right? Especially for thinking approach. Japanese people, they don't know the European thinking approach.
No.
So this is our fault, especially Japanese media never tells about the European people, their mind, their culture, their history. They do not have. Last Saturday we studied European history, but many people they don't know that. Study that, just only study that high school. That's all. This is our problem. Nowadays, I'm Latin American democracy. It's so amazing. I didn't know a lot of things. What is America? Also, Canada and Mexico. I don't know that. Mexico is Mexico, United Mexico, United States of America, United States of Mexico. That is a country. I didn't know that. Did you know that country is the population the same as us, right? 130 million. It's so huge country. But I didn't know that. Right? And I didn't know that. Did you know that? Yes.
No. Is it a federal state?
Yeah, this is 11 federal states. United States of their country name United States of Mexico. And still they had a more larger country. They lost to Texas 100 years ago. Right?
Yeah. That was stolen by the U.S.
Yeah, it's a big country. But by the way, I already are boring to study Trump only. Trump is what, but he is actually his moron. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
He is state secretary said moron. He's a foolish guy. I didn't know that, but actually he does not know. He have never read the book before. So I didn't know that. Now I get to know. So I very easy to understand what he's just kind of recent use. Okay, TV news, TV programs. He's a caster, right? So currently Japanese, do you know Japanese TV is we don't need to see this. It's just a kind of dumb, performance, right? He is a
Right.
main caster of this kind of program. So he can speak very easy to speak out his opinion, but behind background, he does not have any background, no knowledge. Okay, so just only speaking from mouth.
Yeah, okay, but there's just one thing that I cannot put that doesn't fit into his profile, and that is the fact that he actually went to the top business school in the U.S.
Oh,
So he attended. So,
I tell you, okay. Do you know the most famous Japanese auto manufacturer, top president? He graduated the top American graduate school, but can he speak English? I tell you, no, he cannot. Okay, $70,000 per year. Okay, my parents going to pay for my son, and they're going to go to the most famous American university graduate school. They get $70,000, so he don't do any work, any study. The university don't care. Okay, we're going to accept you and give you the certificate or graduation. Because parents pay money for them, right? Don't misunderstand it. This is the American university is there doing business, not like no Japanese very similar, but this is like that. You know that. Even if Japanese people cannot speak English at the American university, they're going to give them a graduate certificate. It doesn't matter. This is usually American university is very difficult to stepping up. No. It's business. Japanese people still some people they think education is education, okay, not business. But the Americans 100% they are doing business. Right? But exception is developing underdeveloped country. Developing countries and top government officials, they seriously study study overseas education. They are seriously because they are serious people. They want to consider their country, okay, not like Japan. They are seriously consider for their country's future. So that's very difficult. It's very tough to negotiate with those people, right? But recently, Chinese people. I don't know how many people they're going to United States. 300,000 people studying now. But they are different. They are not thinking for their country's future. They are thinking how to get money. Right? This is a big threat for us. Okay. So let's move. Ed,
Right.
are you going to do today? What are you going to do today?
Yeah, today we're going to look at the movie about the first industrial revolution in the UK. Why did it happen?
Okay.
The historical background.
Okay.
By the way, it's the United Mexican States. 32
No, United States of Mexico. United States of Mexico, okay?
So, United Mexican States.
No, United States of Mexico.
No. United Mexican States. I just Googled it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. United Mexican States.
Okay.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. But organization is very similar to the United States. 11 states.
32.
Oh, 32 states?
32.
11 provinces, is it?
That's possible, but it's 32 states.
Oh, really? Okay.
But anyway. But the entire region until up to California used to be Mexican.
Yeah. Still,
so
are you going to Los
Texas,
Angeles?
New Mexico, part of California, all used to be Mexican.
Yeah. If you're going to the Los Angeles and the next city down to south, and what's the name of that? I forget that. San Diego?
Santa Fe or San Diego, yeah.
No, San Diego. So I went there, and if you go to restaurant, they are speaking Spanish, and people, Southern people, many people they cannot understand English. So this is this San Diego is a Spanish Mexican city. So still, if you go to Los Angeles airport, no white people. Everybody came from Mexico.
But the name is also Los Angeles, but means the angels, which is just a Spanish name, and San Diego is the same.
Yeah, many people misunderstand going to the States. Okay, this is white people. No. If you want to meet with white people in Los Angeles, you need to go to Long Beach. Otherwise, you can find white people there.
Santa Barbara.
Yeah. So, and Trump is racist for supporting for white people. He's racist, right? So, but America is white people just only 100 million, not 300 million. Right. So this is world is.
Did you ever watch one of those television programs from Trump?
What?
Did you ever watch the television program that Trump made?
No. Did you see this?
Yeah.
Oh, really? How's that?
Yeah. It's called The Apprentice, and it's a kind of like a reality show, or it's a show where I believe 5 people or maybe more. They come to the television program, and they get all kinds of assignments to start a business, right? And then so basically during the program, people are being sent away from the program. So you're out or you're in. So Trump is deciding out or in. It's a kind of like it's really a show program. But that's how he got his reputation.
Yeah, that's the reason why how he got the president, because many people misunderstand his talent, right? So he's showman, he's a showman.
Right.
Like he's a singer of country western. He's very good singer. That's very similar type of sort of things, right? And anybody ask him and he can answer, but superficial.
But do you know that American wrestling, it's like show wrestling.
Oh yeah.
So it's really like quite popular in the States, but it's not real. It's like they have it's completely based on show and everything. And he's I think the biggest sponsor of these kinds of shows.
Really?
He regularly performs in these shows, and shows his face to these people. But that's exactly his audience. Those are very, very, very uneducated people who just come there to be damasated.
That's right, cheated. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So definitely, American people cheated by Trump. They couldn't make judgment. Who he is. And after he gets position, now by the way, I'm going to make a question for foreign policy. Where is Japan? Maybe his answer is what? Come here. I tell the truth. I don't know nothing about that. I'm not interested in anything about that. This is true. Okay. That's the reason why the state secretary tell him more. Right? What do you think about Afghanistan? He said, get money. And Eric Prince do you know the person that organized the company for the private soldiers, president private soldiers, sending overseas, and he's a senior advisor. And senior,
Blackwater.
yeah, that's right, Blackwater. And Eric Prince is senior advisor. And Trump called him, and how do you think about that? And Eric Prince, should say to him, you can get money. Then, I decided, I'm going to send 8,000 soldiers. Instead of this reading from that page. What kind of business can you do that? You have lots of minerals, everything else, and why not? My family people going to get some business. Just try to conceal it. And this, can you support it? Of course, I'm going to support 100%, but give me 50% share, no problem. This kind of discussion, he should did this, right? That's the reason why he just sent troops. So soldiers overseas in Afghanistan, soldiers no motivation, no motivation. They know that why I'm coming here. Battle against a form of which kind of terrorism. It's ridiculous.
But that is kind of he inherited that. He cannot do so much about it. It's inheritance from basically from Bush.
But you think about Yeltsin is a good example. Yeltsin, American embassy moving to the embassy to Yeltsin. This is ridiculous, What kind of benefit for American? Maybe he back plan. He 100% for sure. He tried to deal in business with Israel. Right? He did business with Israel, and then after he just retired the presidency of America, he's very very rich, and also he got a lot of connections all over the world. This is his intention, but I understand what his intention is. Not for American interest, no kidding. His personal interest.
No.
Right? Right? This is the true story. His personal interest.
Right.
His own company. He just all his life he just only interested in his own business, not politics.
Absolutely.
Just can he change his policy? No. He's just only concerned about his own business. He never thinking about American people's happiness. No kidding. And he's truly thinking about poor people. I don't care. He's thinking about it. Poor.
Sure.
And he also told South American people and immigrant people. He said, those people are animals. What? Do you know that?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, Trump said, immigrant people, those are animals. And then Roosevelt criticized him, and he changed animal for gangster. Came from South America.
Right.
M13 is animal. And then many people criticized him. What? Harold, and are you Christian? If you're a Christian, never criticize for human being as animal. Jesus Christ said, what can he is a villain, bad people, but never say animal. But he said animal. So you are not a Christian. You are not a Christian person. He said, I'm going to church every Sunday. But some guy told that, no, he never go to church before. He's right. That's the current fact. And so gradually, many people gradually knows who he is. So he can take this position for longer.
But I don't think people care. I mean, otherwise it was already clear that he was a liar before he was chosen. It was very clear that he lied left, right, and center. But still, people chose him. And the more people tried to put him in a bad daylight, the more people voted for him. It seems.
His supporter is currently 38% of the American population. But don't forget.
Well, that's about the same approval rate as Japan, isn't it?
Yeah, but don't forget, 55 against him.
Right.
Okay. Just when are you going to have a midterm election this year?
But these people should have voted when it mattered. Why didn't they come to the polls when it mattered? That's very annoying.
Right. Okay. So American Democrat. I'm writing American Democratic book. It's very interesting, right? So let me try to have a look at his show. I didn't see it.
But there must be a lot of material available on that topic.
Right. Too much.
Exactly.
Okay. Are you going to share video?
Yes. Shall I share?
Yeah. Yeah, I can share.
Okay.
Okay.
But is that good? Because I want to show video, but okay.
What are you doing?
Okay. So basically, no, I thought you were going to start the presentation, but I need to start the presentation, otherwise.
You asked me to.
It's better if I share. I'm
You asked me to.
Are
I'm going to show video. Are you?
The video. Yeah.
Are you?
All right.
I can do
I'm
that.
going to share my screen.
I can do that. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Okay, so we started last Saturday. We started the series, European and Japanese culture and philosophy, that will be a major part of the series. And to kick it off, we looked at history, because culture is our shared values that mainly derive from history. So we, in order to understand better the European way of thinking, we also need to look at the history. We look at the Greek city-states who tried to establish and maintain an empire, were very successful in establishing it, but maintaining it was difficult because of the division between the city-states. But it was already a very impressive feat how people who had no communication infrastructure could actually build up such a large empire. The Roman Empire was very large. It's the 1,000-year empire, where the 1,000 years basically applied to the purple part, which is actually a continuation of the Greek Empire. This is where they spoke Greek. It was under Greek influence, and the western part is the Roman, the Western Roman Empire. This also is an empire that was characterized and maintainable because all the members in the Roman Empire were stakeholders. They all had the possibility to become full citizens of the Roman Empire, access to the Senate, the same educational system basically throughout the entire empire. So this was a period where there was literacy. Of course, there were periods of war. There was internal conflicts, but in the good times, the people went along quite well. That's one of the explanations why the empire existed as long as it did, until well, in Western case, around 470 476 when they were finally beaten by the German people. Over here, there were attacks from over here and over here. So that's because this part was much more affluent than this part. They were easier to lose. We also had to look at to get a good idea about Europe, how well we actually are blend and mixed, and what we see today is actually not the situation. This was around the year 500, and we look at the people here, and we can see that, for example, the Saxons and the Angles were originally from here, northern Germany and Denmark. They moved to England and formed the basis of the English population. So they're actually from northern Germany. The Franks were actually like Belgium, Netherlands, and they moved down to become France, to be current France. And we can see all kinds of peoples in different parts of Europe who actually moved here, like Alemania, and they moved up northwards. So we are really blended people with the Croats. They actually moved from here to here. So
do you know how to pronounce this Italy? How this word pronounce it?
I have no idea.
I've never heard this word.
No.
They didn't say Italy, right? Italia
No. Italy is a very new invention. When did Italy came into existence?
So different people come into Italy later, and at that time they are not Italian. This is my question last Saturday. Who are they? Maybe they are not Italian people.
Well, of course they are Italian people, only it wasn't called Italian. Italy.
They have history of, like you mentioned, 400 BCE. Oh no, ACE.
400 ACE.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Just you said this kind of chart, you know. But
right. That's 500 AC.
What was that? They are moving out from Italy, or they are same people living there?
Here, Italy, 1814, I think. Maybe it's Italian unification, 1829.
So what was that on the 400 ACE? At that time, what kind of people living there?
Italians, but it was not really not really a country yet.
Yeah.
But they were Italian people.
So
the thing was that actually Italians, Rome was because it was such a large empire. There were many representatives from many parts of Europe that came to Rome, because that's where the Senate was. That's where everything happened. So this was a real like a metropolis. It already had 1 million inhabitants at its peak. The city of Rome.
At that time, they said the Roman Empire, right? So they had the
right.
Roman Catholic in Rome.
So yeah, the Roman Empire established the Catholic Church. That is correct.
Yeah, in Rome, it is the origin of city-state.
Right. They were city-states, I think, actually until Mussolini.
Oh, really?
Right.
Vatican, you mean?
Oh, Vatican has always been a city-state. That's basically the Vatican. That was the Vatican came into existence under Mussolini. That's for sure.
Oh, really? So it means Vatican is this state country is not state city country is not old.
No, it used to be actually a large part of Italy. Like this entire part was belonged to the church. There's probably a map here.
Oh, belong to church.
Yeah, it was actually literally a power where it is.
Oh,
This is the papal state here. With Rome, this belonged to the church. This is the kingdom of Napoli.
This is medieval. This is the 14th or 15th century, is it?
Right. This is the end of the medieval. But this lasts a very long time.
Oh, really? My question is simple. Okay, Italia is very different from the other European countries. Their culture is different, right? Very different.
Very
If you're going to talking about Italia, but you cannot different. Italia is different from the other rest of the European countries. If you're going to speak at Europe, but except Italia, Italia is different.
Right.
So this
and
is my
it's also
question.
very different. It's also very different if you look at this part of Italy or if you look at this part of Italy.
Oh yeah. But common sense. But everybody, European people saying Europe, but Italia is different. Why this kind of word coming from? But that is my curiosity for talking about Europe.
Well, Italy has made tremendous. It has been a very leading country with enormous influence in terms of exploration, trade, arts. It's the home of the Catholic Church. That's one side of Italy, but on the other side, it's also a kind of backward rural area within Italy, where not much happened. It was basically just like here Napoli and Sicilia was very poor, very underdeveloped.
I see.
So it makes a very big difference where you are, whether you are in Milano, Florence, or Rome, or you are here somewhere here in this shoe, or Sicily. Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
So yeah, they of course they were Italians, but I think that the Italians were also largely formed by the immigration of lots of people, top people from all over the Roman Empire, who settled in Rome to become part of their administration. So I think that like Rome was really kind of a melting pot within Europe, where all the power was at. And we see this with many people, Alexander the Great was not really from Athens. He was also from Macedonia, which is actually current Yugoslavia. So, so the Roman Empire lasted. The Western Roman Empire fell, and we entered into the Middle Ages, where there was a serious period of decline, population decline, cities declined. Rome went from 1 million to 30,000 people. There was a period of affluence when basically things warmed up, and that led to better crops, strong population growth, but that was didn't last so long, and at that time there was hunger, not enough food to go around, and then on top of that came the Black Death, which wiped out half of the European population, and that actually had a very big influence on the latter half of the Middle Ages, because there was a shortage of labor. There was enough food to go around between the people in Europe, because so many had died, that actually farmers got more power, and this meant the end of the feudal system. So that basically the landowners got less control, and the church also got less control, because basically the people in Europe realized that God didn't protect them from like that. Also, the people who represented the church, like the priests, etc., they died just as well as the farmers. So they realized that, maybe the church, the Catholic Church, is not the holy church as they claim they are, and that also started the Reformation. People went back. And they said, okay, well, the institution of the church may not be holy in itself. It's God that we need to find, and this was the start of the Reformation. So that had a very big impact on the Middle Ages, and led to the start of the Renaissance. Okay, the Renaissance was a period of hunger for knowledge. In order to find God, many people engaged in wisdom. This led to the foundation of modern Europe. Sciences break from the religious church that started in the Middle Ages, and exploration started. Columbus discovered the United States. When the Western people arrived there, they brought diseases that native Indians were not resistant to, and 90% of the Native Americans they died because of disease, and because of the colonialization and slave trade. The people from Europe who moved to the United States, and the slaves who were brought to the United States and South America became a very big part of the current society, the current population of North and South America. We talked about John Locke's theory. We talked about Montesquieu. We talked about Voltaire. Those are all new ideas that brought a big change in the way that we see the reality. Today we're going to look at the next step, and that was the period of the First Industrial Revolution. Superpower was, first of all, the fact that they had the natural resources, coal, that was widely available and easily extractable in England. But that was not it. That was not everything. It was also the fact that basically that the entire political system in England was different from that in France, which also was related to the church. The church was very dominant still in France, the Catholic Church. In England, they had Henry VIII, and they had a different church, and was much more open to freedom of ideas and scientific freedom. This was combined with a entrepreneurial spirit, so there was a very close collaboration between the capitalists and the scientists, and this resulted in practically applicable scientific ideas that led to the development of the steam engine and the improvement of the steam engine. So England was different from other countries. They had the system, they had the church, they had the freedom and the collaboration that all contributed to this developments. So it was actually, it's not a simple one, a singular answer to why the first industrial revolution happened in England. It was a combination of these factors: the right decision, the right political climate, the right climate in terms of religion that drove the industrial revolution.
So you're going to continue next 2 weeks later, right?
Yes. Let's finish this video and then continue with philosophy.
Oh, by the way, you are not available this Saturday, right?
Right.
Are you going to do it next Monday? This is exactly up to you.
Yeah, we can finish the video next Monday. That's a good idea.
Okay, Takashi, can you join?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, let's do it next Monday. You continue this video and then finish it.
Okay. Yeah.
And you can finish this your prepared material, right? So 2 weeks later, you're going to start using my material, and you're going to add on your own opinion.
Right. Okay.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay. So
Okay.
Today is finished, right?
Right. That's correct.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Ed. Okay, that's good. Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, you finish. Bye bye.